Okay, hello everyone. My name is Mediaton and welcome to my presentation. Today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite plants, the cactus. Have you ever wondered how the plant can survive in the whole desert, where it almost never rains? Hmm? Well, let's find out. Let's find out together. Okay, the next slide is how the cactus gets and uses energy. So let's start with the first question. How does the cactus get energy? Like all plants, the cactus get its energy from sunlight, but is the thing the desert is very dry, so what does it have to find? The cactus has a clever solution. It takes in carbon dioxide from the earth and it uses water that it stored inside it through the steam. Then using sunlight is combine these three things: sunlight, carbon dioxide and water to make sugar. The sugar is a cactus food. Think of it like this: sunlight plus carbon dioxide plus water equal to sugar for growth. Alright? And because the cactus store water in its stem, it can keep making food and even when there's no rain for a long time. Pretty smart, right? Okay, the next slide is how enzymes had and what if they fail. Now let's talk about enzymes. Enzymes are tiny helper inside the cactus. These are special proteins that make chemical reactions happen faster. Think of enzymes like working in a forestry. There the cactus make food. They have break down food to release energy, and they manage water inside the plant. But what happens if this enzyme doesn't work properly? Or if enzyme is full, the cactus grows very slowly. It cannot make enough food. It struggles to survive in the hot desert. Imagine a forestry where all the workers are sick, nothing gets done. That's what happened to the cactus with enzyme. So enzymes are really important for the cactus to stay healthy and strong. Okay, let's move to the next slide. The next slide is how do the cactus make ATP? This is step by step. Now I want to explain something really cool: how the cactus turns sugar into energy. This energy is called ATP. Think of ATP as the plant's energy battery. Let me walk you through it step by step. Step number one: the cactus makes sugar from sunlight. We just talked about that. Step two: this sugar travels to tiny parts inside the cells called mitochondria. You can think of mitochondria as the power station of the cell. Step number three: inside the mitochondria, sugar mixes with oxygen. When they combine, they create lots and lots of ATP, like charging many battery and was. Step number four: this ATP battery now powered everything the cactus needs to do: growing new stems, repairing tiny parts, and moving water around. So remember that sugar plus oxygen equal to ATP, and ATP equals to life water, energy of life. Okay, the next slide is how the cactus use sunlight to make food. Now let's talk about the photosynthesis. There's a big hole for how plants make food from sunlight. Do you know photosynthesis? In most plants, photosynthesis happens in the leaf, but cactus doesn't have leaf. So where does photosynthesis happen? This happens in the green stem. In cactus use sunlight to turn carbon dioxide and water into sugar. That's the same thing we learned earlier. But here's the problem. When a plant takes in carbon dioxide is to open tiny pores called stomata. And when these pores are open, water escapes. In the hot desert, losing water is dangerous. So the cactus needed a special trick to solve the problem, and the trick is called CAM photosynthesis. Okay, the next slide is CAM photosynthesis water saving trick. Let me explain how CAM photosynthesis works. It's really clever. At night, the desert is cool, so the cactus often is to matter. Those tiny pores and less carbon dioxide coming, and because it's cool outside, very little water is lost. The cactus takes the carbon dioxide and store it inside. Okay, during this day, the sun is very hot. The cactus closes stomata tight to save water, and now it uses sunlight plus to store carbon dioxide to make sugar. So the cactus collects an ingredient at night when it's safe and makes food during the day. This way they lose almost no water. Isn't nature amazing? Okay, the next slide is cactus adaptation for desert survival. Cactus have many other cool traits too. Let me share some of them. Thick stem. The cactus stem is the thick and fleshy. It stores water like a water tank. After a rain, the cactus swallows as if it with water, then it slowly uses this water over many dry months. Springs, they just spring around, are not just for protection from animals, they also have reduced water loss. By having springs instead of lakes, the cactus has less of area for water to escape from the next with skin. The cactus has a thick, wheezy coating on its skin. This acts like the raincoat, but instead of keeping rain out, it keeps watering. It stops water from evaporating in the hot sun, while shallow roots cactus roots don't grow deep. Instead, they spread out wide, just another swine surface. This way, when it finally rains, the cactus can soak up water quickly before it dryness. And of course, we already talked about the CA and photosynthesis. They are best trait of all the adaptation all together to help the cactus survive in one of the harsh places on the earth. Okay, the next slide is summary. Let's quickly review what we learned today. The first one is the cactus get energy from sunlight and store water to make sugar. Okay, the second one, enzymes are tiny helpers that make everything work. These enzymes follow the cactus grow weak and struggle to survive. The third, ATP, the plant's energy battery, sugar goes into the mitochondria, the power station, and with oxygen makes loss of ATP to power grow and repair. Number 4, CEM photosynthesis is a cactus special trick. It collects carbon dioxide at night when it's cool and makes food during the day while saving water. So the next time you see the cactus, remember it's not just a plant, it's a desert superhero with amazing survival skill. Okay, the last slide is reference. Before I end, I want to give credit to my sources. I use the biology that we developed by class and colleagues, information from encyclopedias, Brinica educational resource from Khan Academy. Do you know Khan Academy? Khan Academy is the bigger website for. And thank you all so much for listening. I hope you learned something new about cactus today. Does anyone have any question? Okay, thank you.